nice tall spine. Settle into your chair. Kind of let your sitting bones sink into the chair. Let your feet feel the ground underneath them. Just really feel grounded. Once your lower body feels nice and grounded, see if you can lift the sternum and the crown of the head just to create a little space in the torso. A little space for the lungs to move in and out as we breathe. We're going to practice a little dirga breath, a little 3-part breath once we get our rhythmic breath going. So for the first few 3 or 4 breaths, just breathe. Just notice how the breath feels. Finding a nice rhythm for your breath. And a nice balance of inhale and exhale. See if you can equalize the length of those 2 parts of your breath. Once you find that nice, smooth, and rhythmic breath, we'll begin the dirga breath, the 3-part breath, breaking the breath into 3 different pieces, starting with our hands on our sternum or over our heart. And for the next few breaths, as you breathe in, only bring the breath to the space behind the sternum, beneath your hands. So not deep, shallow breath in and out, 3 or 4 of them. You can layer ujjayi if you like to practice that, a little restriction in the back of the throat. One more. And after your next exhale, move your hands to your ribs, your low ribs. Just kind of rest your hands in that space. And as you take your next 3 or 4, 5 breaths, bring the breath past the sternum down to that space underneath your hands. But no deeper. And after your next exhale, let your hands move down to your abdomen, to your belly. They can stack or be side by side. And for the next 3 or 4 or 5 breaths, breathe the breath past the sternum, past the low ribs, down into your belly. And after your next breath out, you can either bring your hands to your lap and breathe nice full breaths, or maybe keep one on your belly, one comes to your sternum. Just breathe. This dirga, deep 3-part breath. Two more breaths. After your next exhale, bring your hands down by your sides, open your eyes if they are closed. Find that nice tall spine. We'll do 4 sun breaths. So inhale, arms sweep out, wide and overhead. Press the palms together, then turn the palms away, let the breath out. 3 more, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale. And out. Last one. So for our crescent moons and our rotations today, we're going to do something a little bit different. So we're going to turn ourselves to the right. The right leg will be in front. The left leg will be hanging down from your hip. So the knee is underneath the hip. You can be on your toes of that left foot or on the top of the foot, whatever's comfortable. On an inhale, left arm reaches up overhead. On an exhale, we're going to lean towards the back of the chair, press the knee towards the floor so you really extend this beautiful crescent moon, the whole left side of your body. Inhale back up and exhale your hand to your shoulder. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, rotate to the back of the chair. So you can take your right hand on the back of the chair or behind you, just whatever's comfortable for you as you rotate to the right. And then inhale back to center and release the arm down. We'll do 3 more of those. Inhale the arm up overhead. Exhale, take that lean. Press that knee down, really extend through the left side. Inhale back up and exhale your hand to your shoulder. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, rotate towards the back of the chair. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale the arm up and exhale, take that lean. Inhale back up, exhale, hand to shoulder. Take a breath in and exhale, rotate to the right. Inhale back to center, exhale, release. Here's the last one. Inhale the arm up, exhale, take that lean. Really press that knee away from you. Reach that arm towards the back. Inhale back up, exhale, hand to the shoulder. Take a breath in and exhale, rotate. And come back to center. And exhale, release the arm. We have to walk ourselves around to the other side. So the left leg is in front, right leg is hanging down from the hip. Your foot is in whatever's comfortable on the toes or on the top. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, take that lean this time. Reaching that right arm towards the back, pressing that right knee down towards the floor. Inhale back up, exhale, hand to shoulder. Take a breath in. Exhale, rotate towards the back of the chair. Inhale back to center. Exhale, release the arm. Inhale, reach up and exhale, take that lean. Inhale back up. Exhale, hand to shoulder. Take a breath in. Exhale, rotate. And inhale back to center. Exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale up. And exhale, lean. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hand to the shoulder. Take a breath in and exhale, rotate. Inhale back to center. Last one. Release the arm. And then inhale it back up. Exhale, take a lean. Inhale back up. Exhale, hand to the shoulder. Take a breath in. And exhale, rotate to the left. Inhale to center. And release the arm. Walk yourself back to the beginning. Here we are facing forward again, something different. So the arms are down by your sides. We're going to take a nice forward fold. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, root down through the feet and legs. Reach the fingertips forward. Lengthen through the spine. Fold over your thighs. Reach for the floor. Let the crown of the head turn down. Maybe shake or nod it. You can let your arms continue to dangle, maybe finger paint the floor. You can hold opposite elbows with your hands. You can maybe sway or roll your shoulders or whatever feels really good to you. Keep your navel drawn in though in these forward folds to protect your back and energize your legs to support the weight of your torso. Nice breath in. Exhale, release the hands to the ground. Inhale, find length. So the arms will lengthen as you walk your hands over to the outside of your right foot. Perhaps you lift up and lay your torso on that right thigh and just hang here for a breath. Big breath in and a big breath out. Come back to your fingertips. Walk yourself over to the other side. You might lift and just bring your torso over to that side, fold back down, take a nice breath in, And exhale, release. Come back onto your fingertips, walk yourself back to center. Take a fold and then bring yourself all the way back up. Reach high, press your palms together, exhale, hands through heart center, and then out to the side. We're gonna tap our shoulders 10 times here. So keep a nice active reach here. Every time we reach, we wanna engage these little triceps at the bottom of our arms. So here we go, here's 1 and 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Keep your hands on your shoulders and begin to draw circles with your elbows on the walls on either side of you. Just kind of let them be. They can be small or large. They can be fast or slow. Notice what direction you started. Pause and reverse that direction. You might even feel the muscles in your back warming up as well as your shoulders. Next time your elbows are out to the side, pause there. And we're going to bring our elbows up and down 10 times. So here is 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Excuse me, we're going to bring our elbows forward to tap each other or get as close as possible to each other. Here is 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Keep your elbows facing forward. Bring your arms forward. We're going to tap our shoulders 10 times. Here's 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Keep your arms reaching and then take your left arm, cross it over your right, elbow to elbow. Find eagle arms of choice and then take your right leg up, cross it over your left, squeeze your legs together. Pull your armpits apart, take a breath in and nod your chin. So there's a nice stretch here going on in the upper back and shoulders. Perhaps you feel it there. Chin is tucked, kind of deepens that stretch. You can stay upright here or fold into baby eagle. So as you bring your forearms down towards your thigh, keep your chin tucked, keep squeezing your legs and separating your armpits. Take a big breath in through your nose all the way down, that big, deep 3-part breath right into the belly. And then let it out to the nose or the mouth. Bring yourself all the way back up and untangle yourself. And then go to the other side. So the right elbow will be on top. Eagle arms of choice. Left leg up and over. Squeeze the legs together and pull those armpits apart. Take a breath in and exhale. Nod your chin. And decide whether or not a fold would feel good. If not, stay upright. Here we go. Wherever you are. Once you get there, big breath in, dirga breath down to the, past the sternum, into the ribs, down into the belly and beyond. And let it out. And pick yourself all the way up. And untangle yourself. You might roll or shrug or do something to loosen up. We've done a lot of shoulder work here. So we're going to move down into our core. Core is so important. The more I read about it, the more important I find it to be. It keeps us stable. It helps us walk. It helps us stay upright. It helps us to do so many things. So we're going to work on it, bringing our elbow and knee towards each other. First, engaging those core muscles, drawing the navel in, lifting the pelvic floor, drawing the low ribs in and lifting them up. So this whole area of the body is nice and engaged, going to help us do this. Stay as upright as you can as we move. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. Arms come down by our sides, and we will extend opposite arm and leg. When we extend the arm, it'll reach straight ahead, not overhead. So here we go. Here's 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 9, last 1, great. Then bring your feet about as wide as the legs of the chair. Support yourself with your hands on your thighs and begin to circle the upper body. Now these circles can be big, they can be tiny. Depends upon how your back is feeling today. If you want to hang out over one thigh or another, go ahead and do that. You want to hang out leaning back, go ahead and do that. Keeping those core muscles engaged because they're working for us here. Notice what direction you are moving in and then reverse direction. The next time you're leaning forward, pause. Just reach your sternum forward, reach the crown of your head forward. We're kind of almost in this little cobra. Kind of lift your heart, press into your legs as if it were the floor, and we're doing a little baby cobra on the floor. So a nice arch in the upper back. Exhale, fold, kind of a cat and cow here. We're doing little seated cat and cows, lifting the heart, and then rounding the back, tucking the chin, lifting the heart, and rounding. One more in each direction. And then come to neutral, bring yourself back to a nice tall spine, bring your feet back to about hip width with the knees over the ankles. And then take that right leg up and in, give it a squeeze. You can hold behind the knee or in front of it. Circle everything that you can circle. The ankle, wiggle the toes, point flex. And then keep the foot flexed and bring your ankle onto your thigh if it's available to you. If not, you can always do those modifications of taking this little block and resting your foot there. I'm going to do this just for the fun of it today, just for the change of it, right? It does give me a different experience than bringing my ankle all the way up to my thigh. So wherever you are, just notice how your right hip is feeling, kind of letting the weight of that thigh hang heavily towards the floor. So you're opening up this hip. You might feel a stretch in your low back or buttocks as well. And then if it's right for you, take a breath in and maybe lean forward. See how that changes the experience. And if you encounter pain, back out of it. Exploring is fine, but hanging out in pain, not so good. So notice how you feel, whether this feels good for you. Breathe into tight spaces. And then if you're leaning forward, bring yourself all the way back up. And bring that foot down onto the ground. Hug the left leg in, same thing. Roll the ankle, point and flex the foot, wiggle everything, move it around. It's almost time to wear shoes again. Ugh. So we got to get our freedom in our foot as much as possible. And then keep that foot flexed and either modify with a block right against your shin. Take the outer left foot onto that block, kind of cup your calf here, or bring that ankle up to your thigh. So I'm just doing this modified version because it's different, because I feel like it. And breathe into that left side, the buttocks, the back, the hip. Any tight spaces that you feel, use your breath as that tool for relaxation. And then if you'd like to explore moving forward with the torso, keeping the spine long, pressing the back ribs towards the heart to lengthen. And then you can let your head relax if you like. And then bring yourself all the way back up. And take that foot down to the ground. And we will begin our 5 seated sun salutations, in which we will do twists at the final 2, as always. So the arms are down by our sides. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale into cactus. And inhale, lean. Exhale, glide all the way down, hands over the knees, down the shins to the floor, crown of the head turns down. Inhale, lengthen up so the heart reaches forward, shoulders draw back. Navel always drawing in to support your back here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, energize the legs. Imagine you're squeezing a block between your knees. Really energize those legs to help you bring yourself all the way back up and back to the beginning. So even when we're seated, our legs can work to help us, right? Inhale up and exhale to cactus. Inhale, lean and exhale, fold. Inhale, find length and exhale, back down. Inhale, root down, energize those legs. Squeeze that imaginary block, come all the way up. Exhale, back to the beginning, last plain one. Inhale up and exhale to cactus. Inhale, lean and exhale, fold. Inhale, find length, and then back down. Inhale, reverse. Back to the beginning. And we will add those twists if they're right for you. Leave them out if they're not right today. Exhale into cactus. Inhale, lean. Exhale, glide all the way down. And inhale, find length. As you exhale, left hand comes to the ground or maybe to your shin, your opposite shin, right shin. Right arm out and rotate to the right. And inhale, bring it back down, switch sides, and bring it to the other side. Inhale, back down, exhale, fold. Inhale, energize those legs. Sweep the arms out, come up, and back to mountain. Last one, inhale up, and exhale to cactus. Inhale, lean, and exhale, fold. Inhale, find length. And exhale, left hand down, right arm out, rotate to the right. And then bring it back down. Switch hands and rotate left. And bring it back down, exhale, fold. Inhale, energize those legs, sweep the arms out to the side. Press the palms together overhead and bring your thumbs to your heart. Wow, that was good. A lot of energy moving in me right now. I don't know about you. So just breathe here. See how these movements have influenced your body. The movement of energy in your body, the temperature of your body, the rate of your heart. What's changed? And then we will prepare for our 20 stand-up sit down. So get your feet in a position that will support you. Bring your opposite hand to opposite shoulder. And we'll stand up and sit down 20 times if possible. If not, do as many as you can. Here we go. Here's a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and bottom arm to the top for 11 and 12, excuse me, 13 and 14, 15 and 16, 17 and 18 and 19, last one, 20, and down. Hands on your lap, take a breath in, shrug your shoulders up, and sigh it out. And let's stand up and get those joints lubricated. It is coming to that time of year when they will begin to crackle if we don't keep them moving. So let's find mountain pose to begin as always. Rocking forward and back or side to side. Around the outer edges of your feet, just feel your feet supporting you, feeling maybe roots growing deep into the mat. And then lift your kneecaps slightly, energize your legs. Turn your pubic bone up towards your navel, let your tailbone feel heavy. Roll your shoulders up and back, relax the arms by your sides. With the eyes open or closed, just notice this beautiful body and design. Imagine, just this beautiful feat of engineering by whomever we believe created it. It's so perfect when we align all of our joints. Our muscles know what to do. They are balanced. Just appreciate that for a breath. And then open your eyes and we will begin those joint rotations. So bring the weight into the right leg, step back onto the top of your left foot and roll over your toes. Maybe kind of lassoing your leg for here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And reverse it. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Bring that left foot down and step the right foot back. Same thing here. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring your big toes together, heels apart, knees together. Bend into those knees and bring your hands above them. Begin to circle up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And the other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Walk your hands up your legs and separate your feet, soften your knees. Circle your hips for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And reverse it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Keep your legs as they are and shake out your arms. Get everything relaxed and begin to rotate the torso in this standing waterfall. Eyes open or closed. Just let the arms gently tap front and back body as you rotate here. Keep breathing, beautiful, big Dirga breaths. Eventually bringing everything to stillness, letting the arms settle on their own. Step your feet wider and turn your toes out. We're going to sink into our goddesses. Bring your arms overhead. Press your palms together. We'll sink 5 times and we will hold on the last one. Here is 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back up and step your feet together. Relax your arms by your sides and take your left foot, cross it over your right. Arms come again overhead and the right hand grabs the left wrist as we lean to the right. Relax your shoulders and breathe. Nice big breaths into the left side. And then unwrap your feet and bring your hands to your shoulders. Everything's facing forward. We're going to take a rotation to the right. So root down through your feet. Keep that left hip right where it is. Take a breath in and rotate to the right. So it's a rib action here, ribs and shoulders as we rotate, working those core muscles. Once again, we're giving them a little stretch at the same time. We're making them work to hold us in this rotation. Take a breath in and let it out and come back to center. Relax your hands down by your sides and take your right foot, cross it over your left. Bring your arms overhead. Left hand grabs the right wrist this time. Relax the shoulders and take that lean to the left as you breathe into the right side. Big breaths, dear good breaths. Down past the sternum, into the ribs, and down into the low belly and beyond. And then uncross your feet and relax your arms. Well, whoops, let's bring our hands back to our shoulders because we have to do that twist to the other side. Nice breath in, and as you exhale, rotate the ribs and shoulders. Keep the right hip drawing back. Really root down through the feet and the legs. Stay steady here. Working those core muscles on this side. And then come back to center and now relax your arms. Maybe shake things out. And we will do a crane today for our dynamic balance, which means we are standing on one leg and moving other body parts. So bring the weight into the right leg, come onto the toes of the left, and maybe lift that leg up. Maybe if you do, maybe it's as high as the hip. Flex the foot to energize the legs and bring your arms out to the side. Take your left arm forward and back, and then your right arm forward and back. Oops, I'm gonna put my toes down, arms forward and back, and then take flight. My sinus infection has my balance all off. And here we go. All right, we're gonna go to the other side. Come onto the toes of the right foot here. And then your choice, keep the toes down or lift the leg. Bring the arms out to the side. Take your right arm forward and then bring it back. And take your left arm forward and then back. Both arms forward and back. And then take flight. And then land. Lovely. And we will come to our tree, our beautiful tree. Bring your weight into the right side, tuck that right hip in, come onto the toes of the left foot and find a rotation for that left leg. Maybe the toes stay on the ground today, or maybe you move up the shin. I'm going to keep my toes down today. You do whatever works for you, hands at your heart, and then maybe overhead. They can stay at your heart too. I am watching the clock. But don't forget to breathe in your tree. Trees breathe through their leaves, actually, which are going through transition right now, as you know, changing into beautiful, beautiful colors. Let's turn our knee forward and step out of this tree. And we'll move to our second tree, left side, tuck it in. Come onto the toes of the right foot, rotate to the degree that works for you. Hands can stay at your heart or come overhead, or they can do anything. They can go out to the side, they can stay on your hips, what works for you. I will watch the clock, so simply breathe and focus. Find that drishti, that point of focus that doesn't move, and let your attention rest there as you breathe. And then turn that knee forward and step out of that tree. And shake it out if you like. And then we will move the chair around so that the seat is facing us. And we are standing in front of it. And we'll do a simple flow. So let's find our mountain. Feel the rooting of the feet, lifting of the sternum and the crown of the head. Inhale the arms up overhead, press the palms together, exhale, bow forward. Inhale, find length, hands to shins or thighs, draw the shoulders back, reach the heart forward, navel drawing in. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, bend the knees generously, sweep the arms out, come up. And exhale back to mountain. We'll do one more of those before we go to the chair. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, bow. Inhale, find length. And exhale, bow. Inhale, reverse it. And back to mountain. So next one, we will go to the chair. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale, find length. And exhale, hands to the chair. Find plank. So you're on the balls of your feet. Your heels are lifted and your wrists are under your shoulders. Your navel is drawn in and your pubic bone is turning up towards that navel. So you're really engaging the core here. You can stay here or thread it through to up dog. Exhale, send the hips back to down dog, and we'll do two more of those as we work just a little bit on the upper body strength here. So the sitting bones are reaching back, arms are nice and long. As you inhale, come forward to plank again. Stay in plank or thread it through to up dog. And as you exhale, send your hips back to down dog. And one last time, as you inhale, float forward to plank. And then follow through to up dog. And then send it back to down dog and pause here. Pedal out, wag the tail, nod the head. Just really luxuriate in the length of your spine here. Reaching the tailbone back, the crown forward, feeling the length from your fingertips to your armpits. Relaxing the head so that it's right between your biceps here. Eventually bringing both heels to the ground, bending the knees as much as you need to. On an inhale, step your left foot forward and spin your right heel in. Bringing yourself up to warrior one when you're ready. So the front knee is bent. The knee either above the ankle or behind it, looking down. You can see your toes. Take a nice breath in. As you exhale, come to cactus. And take 3 deep dirga breaths. Down past the sternum, the ribs, and into the belly and beyond. That's from Toy Story and beyond. Sounds familiar. Nice big breath. And then inhale the arms up overhead. As you exhale, bring your arms behind you and interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders up and back. Press your knuckles down. Lift your heart. So we're going to come into a humble warrior here. There's a little balance element to it. So be mindful of where the weight of your body is. Take a nice breath in. As you exhale, reach the heart forward. And then bring yourself down. Maybe your forehead gets to the chair. Maybe it doesn't get that far. That's okay. The left shoulder is on your left side or inside it. Legs are working hard here. Inhale, bring yourself all the way back up. Exhale your hands to your heart. And as you inhale, lengthen up. And as you exhale, rotate to the left. Take a nice breath in and out. We're rotating through the ribs again, and these hip points are facing forward. You can stay with your hands at your heart or bring your arms nice and wide. You can stay with this nice west side stretch or reverse it, bringing the right arm up and the left hand down the back leg. Big breath here. Coming back to that west side stretch. Inhale both arms high. Exhale back to the chair, step back to plank. Stay in plank if you like, or thread it through to up dog. Exhale, send your hips back to down dog. On an inhale, right foot steps forward, left heel spins in. Get your stability, then bring yourself up to warrior one on this side, looking down, seeing your toes of that right foot. Arms are reaching, shoulders are relaxed. Nice breath in, exhale, cactus. Take 3 big breaths. Inhale those arms up overhead. And exhale, sweep them around behind you. Interlace your fingers or hold opposite elbows if that's better for you. If you're holding hands, if you're interlacing fingers, press the knuckles down, lift the gaze up. And then we'll come into a humble warrior. So the lower body stays steady as we reach the heart forward and lower our torso, shoulder on the inside of that front leg. Maybe the head comes to the chair. Maybe the hands float up towards the ceiling, or they stay low. Whatever your shoulders would like for you today. On an inhale, rooting down through the legs, really energizing those legs to bring yourself all the way back up. Arms reach high. Hands press together. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a breath in. And exhale, rotate to the right. Staying here or opening wide. Staying in this west side stretch or reversing it, left arm up, right arm down the back leg. Coming back to a west side stretch and inhaling the arms up overhead. Exhale the hands to the chair, step back to plank. You have one last chance to thread through if you like, stay in plank if you prefer. So threading through to up dog and exhaling back to down dog, pedal it out. Eventually bringing your heels to the ground, bending your knees as much as you need to, walk your hands back towards your legs. So we can do different things here. You can take your peace fingers and wrap your big toes here, if you like. Hang in this forward fold. You can let your arms dangle if you like. Or you can hold opposite elbows. You can be still or sway, nod or shake the head or keep it still. You might explore a little extra straightening of the legs if that's okay for your back, just giving your hamstrings a stretch here. And then bending your knees generously, sweep your arms wide, bring yourself all the way up. And then bring your thumbs to your sternum and pause. So we are recognizing or noticing the effects of these standing postures and balances and flows. The key piece of yoga, being aware of shifts and changes in the body as we practice. And then open your eyes and we will find our way to the floor. If you have a strap, I invite you to get it, take your time. We will meet at the top of the mat in mountain pose. And we'll do a little leg work when we get down. So finding mountain pose at the top of your mat, inhale your arms up overhead. Palms together, exhale, bow. Inhale, find length. And exhale, hands to the mat. One foot steps back and knee drops. And then the other one steps back. You're in tabletop. With the fingers spread if you like, or fisted if you prefer. Knees are underneath the hips. Tops of the feet are flat and in line, so they're not twisted in or out. Nice straight line from ankle to toe. Just begin to do a few cat and cows. So that undulation of the spine, encouraging spinal fluid, plumping up our discs. Eventually coming to a neutral tabletop. Take your right leg back. You're on the ball of the foot. You're pressing back with the heel, and we're just going to press back and release a few times. And then pausing, bend your knee. The bottom of your foot is facing the ceiling. We're going to pump that foot towards the ceiling 10 times. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Take that right knee and rest it behind the left knee. And then sit back to the best of your ability. Nice stretch here. This is a hip opener. So go as far back as you can comfortably go. And then come back to tabletop. Take the left leg back. Hanging out on the ball of the foot, heel is lifted, press back and release a few times. Nice stretch into the calf. And then find stillness as you bend that knee. Bottom of the foot facing the ceiling, we'll pump it up 10 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take that left knee behind the right knee. Sit yourself back as best you can. And then come back to tabletop. Bring a hip to the ground and swing yourself around so that you're in staff pose. Legs extended, feet flexed. And we will lower to the ground slowly to the count of 10. Or if you need to go down sooner, if you need to help yourself, please feel free to do that. Have your strap nearby if you have one. Bring your hands out as if you're holding a tray. Draw your navel in, lift your low ribs in and up. Core is key here. And here we go. Press out through your heels. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Once you get there, take a full body stretch. Really extend the arms and the legs, a little arch in the low back, and then get longer on each side alternately. Just kind of like you're a rubber band. Just stretching and stretching. Bend both arms, both feet. Reach, 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 and then bring your knees into your chest for a squeeze. You might rock a little bit, or not. You might circle your knees, switching directions, getting down into that low back. Great way for our self-massage into that so often tender area of our body. And then with a strap nearby, bring your feet down to the ground. Draw your left foot or knee in and wrap the foot, the ball of the foot with your strap. And point and flex a few times. So holding the strap one side in each hand. And you can have this right leg extended or not, totally up to you, whatever feels best. Plug that head of that femur bone on the left side into the hip. Then we're going to do a little releasing of the hamstring. So pressing into the strap with the ball of your foot as if you're trying to lower your leg, create some resistance. And then release the resistance, relax the leg, and draw that leg as far back as you can comfortably draw it. From that point, holding the strap, create that resistance as you press the ball of the foot, almost as you're trying to lower that whole entire leg to the floor, keeping the heel pressing up so the back of the leg is extended. Release the resistance, relax the leg, and draw that leg a little further back, perhaps, maybe not. One last time, creating resistance, relaxing as you release the resistance. Draw the leg back. Great. If your right leg is extended, bring that right foot towards your buttocks. Release the strap and bring your ankle to your thigh. Press your left thigh away from you. We're only going to stay in this pigeon for a very brief time. And then bring that foot down to the ground. Take the right foot in towards you, put the strap on the ball of that foot. And here again, that left leg can stay bent or it can be extended. Same series on this side. So point and flex your foot to begin. And then holding the strap in either hand on each side. Create resistance as you keep the leg extended and try to press that leg towards the floor. The head of that femur bone on the right side is still plugged into that hip socket. Release the resistance, relax the leg, and draw the leg back. From that point, do the same thing. Create resistance. Try to lower the leg. Release the resistance, and relax the leg, draw the leg further back. And it might only move a fraction, might not move at all, but it's still doing its thing. So we're going to create that resistance. Keep pressing up through the heel, pressing into the strap of the ball of the foot. Release the resistance, relax the leg, and draw that leg back. Bring the left foot close to the buttock and bring the ankle of the right foot on your left thigh. Press that right thigh away. Nice. And then bring both feet down to the ground. Put your feet together or wide as the mat. We're just going to windshield wipe our legs from side to side. And then next time your legs are over to the left, let them hang out there. And if you would like to explore more of a stretch here and through this right hip, take your left foot on your right thigh. So this will create some more of a twist in your back. If it creates discomfort or pain, just keep that foot down. Your arms can be out like wings. Just breathe. And then if your foot is on your thigh, bring it back to the mat. And bring your knees over to the other side. So if they're over to the right, you have option to stay both feet on the ground, or take that right foot onto your left side. Sometimes this feels good in my body, sometimes it doesn't. Today it feels good. Who knows? Every day is different, right? So do what feels good in your body in this moment. If your leg is on your thigh, release it back to the mat and bring your legs back to center. Come into reclined butterfly with the bottoms of the feet together and the knees splaying open. You might kind of flap those little butterfly wings to get centered and settled. And then keeping the soles of your feet together, lift them off the mat, bring them towards you, and either hugging the outer around the outside of your thighs, drawing your thighs towards the ground, or bringing your legs inside, grabbing your ankles or your big toes or the outer edge of your foot. Bring your feet to face the ceiling. We're in happy baby. So rather than letting your tailbone turn up like a little turtle, you want to keep that tailbone reaching towards the bottom of the mat so that your spine is at its longest possible extension from the crown of the head to the tailbone. You might rock in this posture. You might extend one leg and the other or both. Whatever feels good. Just play with it. And if you happen to want to start to giggle like a baby on its back, go ahead and do that. It always surprises me that very few people in a yoga class, when they're in happy baby, decides to laugh. But you know, babies do it. Why don't you? Eventually coming to stillness, releasing any bind that you have, bringing your legs together, extending them up towards the ceiling. Engaging your core so that you can lift your tailbone and stack your hands underneath. Now you can put a block underneath your tailbone if you prefer in this Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. You can put a rolled blanket underneath your tailbone, or I like to use my hands because it's simple, neat, and clean. You can wiggle your feet, point and flex your toes, circle your ankles here. Just having just this brief little inversion. Our body's so welcome. Unless we make it happen. We seldom are upside down these days. I know I'm not. Kids do it. But as adults, we tend not to be upside down too often. Try not to be upside down. But being upside down lets the blood flow freely from our toes, through our ankles, down our calves and thighs, back to our heart without effort. So our bodies do appreciate this, and the reward of it is a sense of calming, relaxation in the body and in the mind. If you find that you're kind of clenching your teeth, or you might wiggle your jaw if you find your shoulders are tight, to see if you can relax them. We're just beginning to settle from our movement into stillness. This is the starting point of it. And if you would like to stay here in this inversion for Shavasana, that's great. If you have a wall you can scoot yourself over to support your legs, do that for sure. You can hang out there. Or otherwise, find your posture for Shavasana. It could be with your knees bent, your feet wide, and your knees kind of folding into each other to support your legs. It's nice on your back often. Or you can come into corpse pose. Feet extended on either side of the mat, toes flopping out to the side, arms relaxed with the palms up. Or whatever form of posture, you can be in an embryo pose, you can lie on your side, you could lie on your belly. There are rules. Just be in a place where you can be still. And once you are in that place, take a big breath in. And then let it out. Through the mouth, forth and nose. Beginning in this posture of Shavasana, this place where we are still, so that all that we have just done can be integrated into our systems, into our being. So you might allow your attention to come back to your breath. Letting each new breath be deeper than the one before it. And each new breath out a bit more of a letting go. Finding movement in the body as you wiggle fingers or toes, circle ankles or wrists, or let the head gently drift from side to side. If it would feel good to take a nice full body stretch, go ahead and reach the arms overhead. Extend the toes long. Get that arch in the low back as you breathe in the deepest, fullest breath of the day so far. And then let go as you draw your knees into your chest for that final hug of the practice, that hug of gratitude for your body, for moving so beautifully for you, for breathing for you, and to yourself for carving out this time to be here. Rolling to one side or staying on your back, just checking in with yourself. Seeing what might have shifted or changed since you started the practice, what might have warmed or opened, expanded, released, relaxed. Is there a difference from when you started? Finding one small thing that you can take off your mat into your day-to-day. Perhaps it's just the fullness of that dirga breath. If you find yourself breathing shallowly or feeling stressed, see if you can come back to that beautiful three-part deep, full breath. See what it does for you. And then finding one small thing that you can leave on your mat, something that weighs you down, a thought that just keeps nagging at you. Perhaps it has to be there, but for now, leave it here on your mat. And if it needs to be with you, it will come back. Just go away a little lighter for a little while today. And as you feel ready to end your practice, find your way to a comfortable seat. And once you are seated, bring your hands to your hearts. We bring our hands to our hearts, reminding us to fill our hearts with kindness and compassion. And to our lips, reminding us to speak words of kindness and compassion. To our third eye, reminding us to expand our thoughts of kindness and compassion towards ourselves as well as others. And in honor of the light that shines within each of us, we bow and say namaste.